I'm from Louisiana, and I wouldn't be the first person to admit that we're a little bit behind the curve on some things. Sure, we have Mardi Gras and Cajun food, but there are countless areas that need improvement throughout the state. These advances aren't going to happen naturally, however, and there are present issues that, if resolved, could assist Louisiana in bettering its environment as a whole. There's one particular issue that resonates with me. In 2018, the Supreme Court struck down a previous ruling that banned states from allowing sports betting, meaning that with the right bill passed through the system, Louisiana could legalize this hobby. They have not yet done so, and to me, this is a huge mistake. Sports betting could be a sense of relief for some of the issues that we have in our state that put us behind the curve in the first place. Sports betting is proven to be a multi-million-dollar industry, and missing out on it to me is both disappointing and concerning. Louisiana should strive to catch up to the more successful states we have in our nation. I'm proud of where I'm from, and I wish for nothing but the best for my home state. So without further ado, in this speech I'm going to be covering how sports betting, if legalized, would benefit the economy of Louisiana, as well as give more power and control to the sports leagues that we have in our state. Additionally, I'm going to be looking at states that have already legalized sports betting and how it's impacted them so far. So now let's dive into the economic impact that sports betting would have on the state. As I said, sports gambling is a thriving industry, and legalizing it would only benefit the economy of Louisiana. Allowing it would create huge tax revenues, which is something we desperately need. According to research done by U.S. News and World Report, Louisiana ranked dead last in a comprehensive ranking focused on public education, healthcare, crime, infrastructure, and many other factors that determine quality of life. If the state allowed sports gambling, then each wager would assist the government in solving these issues, as they would get a percentage of tax revenue that goes straight to the state. Additionally, lives of people in local communities could be changed for the better as well. It is estimated thousands of jobs would open up if sports betting was legalized in Louisiana across all 20 casino locations that we have. According to Ronnie Jones, the chairman of the Louisiana Gaming Control Board, there has been a particular emphasis on proposed bills towards indirect benefits to locations in the surrounding communities that support the casinos rather than just the direct profits to the state. To him, the ideal venue is one that offers food and drink, hotel space, both sports and table betting, as well as other amenities that can appeal to customers. If we can accomplish this, it will financially help the communities that support the casinos, which will cause a domino effect that impacts the whole state in a positive way. Moving on, illegal activities would be no longer, and the state could collect revenue that we're currently losing out on. As of now, people are going to third-party online sites to bet on various sporting events, which is of course illegal. This means that a pool of bettors already exists, and is most likely too large to stop all operations. If sports betting is legal, these operations would shut down, and the state would cash in on all bets at casinos and an eventual safer and more reliable online betting site. Moving on, let's now look into how legalizing sports betting would impact the sports culture here in Louisiana. First, a legalization would give more power to sports teams and leagues, resulting in a better product. Here in Louisiana, sports mean everything to us, and we couldn't really imagine life without them. It's a way for fans to distance themselves from the stress of reality with others in hopes of reaching a common goal of winning. For example, in 2006, following Hurricane Katrina, the city rallied around the New Orleans Saints, and in their first game back of the Superdome, the city really showed up for them, and it's expressed by many that this very event sparked a massive and rapid rebuild of the city of New Orleans. Moving on, legalizing sports betting would also make the game more honest and a better experience for fans. One misconception is that legalizing sports betting would cause more corruption in the sports industry, but the truth is actually the opposite. There are many conspiracies out there that referees and players and executives move money under the table, and that caused interest and advantage to be swayed, which of course changed the outcome of games. According to Ala de Picciotto, bets would be heavily monitored, and it'd be really easy to catch suspicious activities, which would put an end to these conspiracies. Excuse me. This means that we could continue to root for the teams that we know and love, and the games would have more integrity than ever. Lastly, let's dive into which states have legalized sports betting already and how it's impacted their state so far. So many states have done so already, and we've only seen positive impacts from the passing of this bill. 13 states have officially legalized it, and these states include Mississippi, West Virginia, and Arkansas. Let's take a look at Mississippi, as its proximity to Louisiana makes most sense in accurately suggesting how to implement a successful system. So a little less than 2 years ago, Mississippi legalized sports betting, and it's already spread to 20 casino locations across the state, and mobile betting is on the way. According to Sports Handle, which controls the betting system in Mississippi, the tax rate is 12%, with 8% going towards the state and 4% invested locally. Mississippi has lots of the same problems that Louisiana has, and if we can get a similar system to Mississippi for sports betting, we can solve some of the same issues. So today we looked at how sports betting, if legalized in Louisiana, would benefit both the economy and the sports atmosphere that we have here in our state. The problem is that Louisiana is too close-minded to realize how sports betting could affect the state in solving some of the issues that ranked us dead last in the ranking that I previously mentioned. And the solution is simple. If Louisiana were to legalize sports betting, then actions would be taken to better the lives of citizens in multiple dimensions. Thank you for your time.